There's a new code. New code, right? Oh, we changed the channel to Marvel. Marvel Strike Force. Yeah, I did it at the last minute.
MSF subreddit, baby. Home of good vibes. Gender replied.
Actually, I want to listen to this song.
Wake up, log, and smack. Gold up, trash gear already. Scroll. Daily reset. Offers refreshed. And still, not a single damn thing worth tapping. Scrolling for nothing, that's the only game. Banner says value, bro, it's just shame. Gold orb, trash gear already decapped. I tap through pixels like my soul got zapped. Milestone filler, 20 cores a pop. Trash tier bundles that they'll never top. I own the meta, I beat the race. Now I'm stuck in a shop with no thrill to chase. Scroll tap, site, repeat. All these offers smelling like defeat. Nothing left, but I
What does this sound like? Like Ghost Main a little bit?
click packs, no thrill inside. Powers max, but the fun just died. I ain't playing, I'm shopping despair. Welcome to the end game, there's nothing there. I used to grind, now I just scroll. Inventory rich, but it left a hole. Cracking crown, but it's feeling cursed. 1,000 wins deep, but the offers got worse. Flash events done, blitz is a joke. The fun got nerfed when the store went broke. Even whales like me got nothing to buy. Just pixels selling hope in a premium lie. They turned the game into
A bad boo steamer yesterday. Spent all day making homebrew bun bao bun fried chicken sandwich. Holy shit, that sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Can you make dim sum too? Because it's the same. It's like the same type of thing, right? Same type of material, same device, right? Yeah.
cracking dreams in a ghost town store. Not even rage left to click explore. So I scroll through the wreckage, glass side stare. Game still loads, but there's nothing there. No chase, no purpose, no peak, just pop-ups in the coffin.
Hot dog
Scrolling
buns?
for nothing.
What did we eat? Kat's been making some amazing food lately. We've just been eating like amazing lately. I don't know. I didn't make that song, Ceci. See, here's the thing with it. I don't really feel like I'm making anything. I guess you could say that I'm producing something, but I don't feel like I'm creating or making anything. And I feel like the actual process of using the word make is a little bit different than what I'm doing. I just feel like I just don't want to pay copyright problems. And the songs entertain me. I think they're funny. I'm not trying to make money off of it. I'm not trying to copyright. I'm literally just not trying to have copyright problems. And I need some sort of music, and it might as well be this stupid shit that I've been making, right? You can, but it's there's a whole process, and I probably should do it just in case somebody else does it. I mean, I mean, I've got proof that I uploaded it first. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to like to have something to listen to on the stream that's kind of Marvel Strike Force related, something that makes me laugh. I don't know, something that's sarcastic and stupid. That's all. Because otherwise I use no copyrighted music like NCS or whatever, or I pay for a Monster Cat subscription, then I have all kinds of copyright problems. I mean, it's been on YouTube for a minute now, and it's constant copyright problems. Everybody's got their hand out, and I understand that the artist made music, but I feel like they uploaded it. The artist uploaded the music in collaboration with NCS to gain exposure, so that through YouTubers specifically, like Alan Walker, that song by Alan Walker that blew up. And then one day the contract expires with no copyright, and then they claim everybody's videos. And I'm sure it's not the individual artist that does it. It's probably their management company that is acting on their behalf in their best interest. It's just a real hassle. It's been nothing but a hassle. The Hercules, that's fun. How's it going, kind gentleman? Country Western? I don't really enjoy country Western music. I've even seen Garth Brooks in concert, which is probably about as mainstream country music. I mean, I've been to Stagecoach like 5 times, and I don't. It's not my thing. Yeah, as a genre, it does not appeal to me. And I understand there is an appeal, and a lot of other people like it. Like I said, I've been to, like, I went and saw like I saw Garth Brooks at Stagecoach, and I was like, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's still not for me. Luke Bryant, I've seen all kinds of people, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Hot women. Something about country western MSF music makes me chuckle. Yeah. Johnny Cash, yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah, you can use it if you like. It's completely open to everybody. I've been adding Ceci songs lately. A lot of Ceci songs. And I'll add other people's, but I'm kind of picky on what... I mean, everybody has a different preference in music. I like what I like. And so, like, this... You know, some of the stuff that Ceci's been putting out, though, really appeals to me. Like this... There's a song in here that I really like. It's just so aggressive. I think I listened to it once.
Still, not a single damn thing worth tapping. Scrolling for nothing, that's the only game. Banner says value, bro, it's just shame.
Let's go movies. No, what is it that he says? Oh my God. Okay. Andrew Tate, he gets memed on so much here in the house. I think he's hysterical. We say, let go movies. No movies. What is he? What does he say? No movies. He says some dumb shit. Holy hell. Where does this guy get this stuff? And do people take him seriously? No movies. I just don't know. Maybe I only get I only get clipped the stuff that is memeable. But anyways, what the guy's interesting. This guy's so silly, if you ask me. Kind of like a joke. Um. No, I'm having him edited. Yeah, you said you didn't want to edit him, so they got shipped out. He said minimum 3 hours. No. Well, I'm gonna post it today. It's just whenever I get it back. I don't know when that'll be. Like 3 hours or so. So just have it ready to go. I'll text you or message you if you want to do it that way. When I get it back. Squid Princess seems to know a lot about you, mobile. Oh my god. Yeah, for sure she does. My groupie, I wouldn't call it that. How many of these did I do? Wow, that's such a weird way of looking at it. I think it's the other way around, though. What am I trying to do? Oh, they Intel, right? Let's get these Franklin shards. Let's get these Franklin shards. It happened yesterday. It happened yesterday. In both of them. Antimatter and Intel. Mm-hmm. We've been watching a fuck ton of Game of Thrones. That's been great. Just a lot. All right. Hyperion, Victoria Hand. All right, did I do everything? We have did I what do I do here? Command center, objectives. All right, we got through that. Let's do a arena battle. Just one. 3, so we're going to use Black Cat. Handymatter is, man, it's found throughout the game. Most of it's in the command center. Yeah, cat knows about it. The wiener, yeah. Yikes. Ouch. Wow, we got a problem here, huh? Yeah, he can't be blinded. Wait a minute. How can he be blinded? Doesn't he get like 1,000,000,000% extra accuracy so that he can't miss? How the fuck did that happen? We'll do a blog post at the top of the hour. Someone clip that just in case. Yeah, he has 200% accuracy. Do we have stats on Professor X's? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do now. How do you get to the clown? The clone? Do you have to do it in game? Yeah, but you might be seeing a glitch in there. Hey, what's up? Bye. I love you too, babe. All right, this is a bug. Yeah, I did. I've got it right here. Yeah, I think that's wrong. What I'm saying is I think that's wrong. It should be 200. Oh, I did that wrong. Fuck this up. Oh well. Well, it's gonna come back to the stupid coin flip thing. All right. Well, this is fine still because then we can still do. How did? Okay. Goodbye. Franklin. Franklin. All right. Actually, I want to try that. So you do the special on Franklin? Is that what it is? Do I need to change him to skirmisher or can I leave him as raider? He doesn't go before Franklin. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Yeah, we're shutting down all that nonsense because Franklin doesn't do his special is what I was trying to do. Well, she's got that, so we have to do this. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, well. Six one way, half a dozen another, I suppose. This does. Are you sure this is? Um, Steven, you messaged me about this. 1,000. Is that right? Well, I'm happy for the people that enjoy the counting thing on Discord. La 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 la. All right. Well, that is all of the gameplay for today. We're going to go over the blog post in 20 minutes. Yeah, let's look at the vent. Trend Beta Ray, what's up, Mobile? How's it going? How is it going, my guy? God, I'm getting wrecked. Wait, did you see Wizard of Oz? Okay. We've been thinking about going to see that too. Yeah, I saw that. I was curious how they're going to do that because how are they going to up the resolution? I feel like the sphere is like 1,000 times bigger than a normal movie screen. Uh, 20 times the size of the largest IMAX. Forty times larger than the average IMAX. Yeah, so it's 40 times larger than a normal IMAX. How are they going to do that with, wait, I'm sure it was shot on like 35 millimeter film, but how are they going to upscale that to work? Oh, really? I'm curious. I'm going to get copyright claimed.
The mythical, mystical Land of Oz. For decades, we've seen it depicted in books, on screens large and small, even on stage. Now, Dorothy and friends are getting a high-tech new look. With Ben Mankiewicz, we're off to see the wizard, as you've never seen him before.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful...
You Wizard of Oz, but never like this. On a screen larger than 4 football fields, sound from 167,000 speakers, and in 16K, the highest quality resolution ever for a film.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's an immersive experience, putting the audience inside the movie, including the twister that carries Dorothy from the Heartland to Munchkinland.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
No, Dorothy, you're in Vegas now. Reimagined at Sphere, the enormous orb-shaped venue just off the Strip.
How many people you got more or less working on this?
Oh, probably 2,000.
Yeah.
Be a long credits list afterwards.
Jim Dolan, best known as the owner of the New York Knicks and Rangers, is Sphere's creator and its CEO.
You've never seen Judy Garland like this before.
No.
Right? You've never seen Ray Bolger dance like this. And the connection between the audience and the performance, right, is what I'm really looking for.
Does it hurt you?
Oh, no, I just keep picking it up and putting it back in again.
Our
standard on this was not to modify the film at all, but to try and bring you into the film as if you were in the studio when it was shot. That's kind of what you're going to see.
When Dolan and his collaborator, producer Jane Rosenthal, decided to bring a classic film to Sphere, they agreed on, according to the Library of Congress, the most watched movie of all time.
Yep.
Everybody loves it, no matter how old you are. And
Yeah, it's hard to understand the scale and the importance of The Wizard of Oz. And like the history of all movies, I it is the most important movie. Like, it's hard to, like, even with inflation numbers and blah, 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 like they compare it to like Star Wars or something like that. Like, I don't think they had movie theaters in the way they did it. And just this movie was the most important movie probably ever, as far as I'm concerned. The color, everything. It was a big deal. Yeah. I don't know, but it's minimum. I mean, you can spend as much as you want at the Sphere. First of all, I think you have to understand how Las Vegas works. Las Vegas has a very dynamic pricing structure, and it depends. But typically you can't get inside the Sphere for $200 a person normally. I mean, I think the time we went was we went on the cheap and found like some cheap stuff, but I don't know. Really? I mean, I'm going to look it up real quick. Yeah, 104. They started 104. I bet you that if they started 104, they could ramp up to about 500. How do you pick your seats? Because that's where it matters. You don't want to see it. You don't want to see it up at the wrong spot. You want to be down. You want to be down low. Yeah, it's $500. Some of these middle rows are worse because they're maybe they're not doing the full thing, but there's some rows where there's you don't want the people above you because it obstructs your view from looking straight up. See, this is where I would be. 204 for probably $200. That's where I would go. Like 208, 204. I don't know if I would do 206. Because that's going to put 206 is going to put you in the $500, but 205 is going to be fine. $200. You thought there was no wrong spot in the Sphere? That is not true. There are two areas in the Sphere that I feel are not good. There's a let's see. This doesn't have all the seats. Show full seating in Sphere. No, that is not true, unfortunately. Yeah, see, they didn't really. Okay, I see what they're doing. Hmm. So they're not even letting people on the floor level. Holy shit. What are they doing? Something different then? So there's some weird seats here in the 200s that are bad. Hmm. And then from up here it gets I've been up in the 300s before and it's fine, but up here in the 400s, you're like way up there. I mean, it's like holy hell, like you're way up there. So there's some bad seats in the 200 areas. Where the overhang obstructs your view. You can, but the scale of this thing is hard to understand. It's not. There's multiple floors. There's like 4 floors. Yeah, you're not going to be able to drop down 10 flights of steps. You know what I mean? I mean, it holds like not quite like I don't know, somewhere between 15 and 20,000 people. It's monstrous. Anyways, it's not small. You want section 306 or 406? Yeah. Front rows in 406. God, I know exactly what seat you're talking about at 406. I know exactly where that is. And that's a good seat. But holy shit. The other thing, too, is if you have any kind of vertigo, which I do, it's that the sphere can be so uncomfortable because it's so steep. And it's fine when it starts. But until it starts, I remember just being totally terrified. I imagine 406 is good. Yeah, that I know. I know. Yeah, probably 406 is great. All right. Well, I got to get out there. Cat doesn't really have the same emotional like. She doesn't have the same emotional attachment that I do to the Wizard of Oz. Heart Attack Grill. I have no interest in going there. That's kind of a gimmick. I mean, I don't know. I go right past the Heart Attack Girl all the time, and I just like I don't know if it's just hot dogs and hamburger. It's like very expensive bar food is all it is. That's great. Oh, Vertigo in that bill. Almost everybody that's been in the 400s has said something about how steep it is and how uncomfortable they were. Like every single person I've talked to. Hello Kitty Cafe we have. Yeah, that's over by Park NGN and it's in the Toshiba Center next to New York, New York. There's two of them actually. I mean, I maybe I'll have to give maybe I have to give the heart. It just didn't look very appealing to me. I'm more, I've kind of pivoted to certain types of foods lately, and it's for me, I really like tapas style, Korean barbecue, revolving sushi. I've just kind of pivoted away from like your traditional entree with French fries and a, you know what I mean, and a side. Like I just kind of move. I like tapas. So there's a place in Vegas called Firefly. I just that's the kind of. I mean, it's not really fancy or anything like that, but it's like I don't know where it's from, Spanish or Brazilian. I have no idea, but it's really good. I guess it's kind of fancy. I don't know. I guess everything's relative. $500 per seat for a movie. Yeah. Well, we saw something there for $100. We saw a replay of the U2 concert. It was $100. I would go, but I the seats were just the vertigo really drove me wild. Zero cool video about the decline of Alliance leaders. Yeah, I can check that out. That looks great. Big Spartan. I need some food. Oh, let me pull up the blog post. I can show it to you guys in 1 minute. Did it switch? Okay. All right, blog. Let's look at it. Weekly blog, Sweet Summer's Child. Here's your battle plan for the 9th through the 15th. Battle Pass, Broken King, Week 2, Cosmic Raid, Fallen Dimension. Okay. Danger Room returns on the 13th. Yay! Rachel Summers, what's that? The 14th will be what? Thursday? Let's see, is that Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Mephisto Diamond Price update goes live. What kind of pizza place? Yeah, where we yeah. So you had a. I'd like to meet up with you, Beta Ray. Kat and I do not have the same palate as Taco. So Taco stayed at my house for a couple days, which was cool because he didn't like. I was like, when do you have to go? He's like, I can go whenever. So he just stayed until he wanted to, which was cool because I've got a casita, so it was fine. But yeah, we tried going to like sushi or something or a couple different places, and he's like, no, I don't eat that. Like, I eat chicken fingers. That's the better days, yeah. Anyways. Yeah, I mean, let's see. And Ken and I are not super fancy, but we do like, I don't know, we like, Korean barbecue and sushi places sometimes. I don't know. I feel like we're pretty basic. What do we go? Broken King, Mephisto Diamond, earned 200 base blaster shards, charge into week 2. Broken King continued earning blaster character shards and check the command center every day for the antimatter free claim. Broken King week 2. All right. Fill your gold supply with week 2 objectives and power up your roster for battle. Okay. Spend campaign energy. Null finale. Reduce some of the starting mod costs, increase rental power later, difficulty bug where rentals aren't receiving Stark Tech benefits. All right. Wow. They're okay. Rental characters will count towards character specific mods. Yeah, this was a big problem. Added procedurally generated missions, more diversity missions, and fewer in-game Thanoses and super scrolls. Specific mods rewards if you have, of course, a character on the run. Example, only shows Fantastic Four mods of Fantastic Core characters with run. Added Azazel to the list of available characters. All right, so this is monstrous right here. So they were pretty explicit about Danger Room would require some tweaks. I feel like the last one was kind of a disaster in some ways. And now this is addressed a lot of those. Made a couple videos about it. I feel like this addresses most of the things. No, not most. Some of the things that were actual legitimate complaints. Specifically this right here. Rental characters count towards character specific mods. Yeah, that was kind of bullshit. Because one of the most important mods was for Franklin, and it didn't even say Franklin initially on the mod. Then they added the Franklin to it. Then it was apparent that you couldn't use it if you were using rentals. So I was like, wow, wow, wow. And then it looks like the rentals were borked because Stark Tech wasn't working right. Can't you try Nobu? No, we have not. We have stayed. We got upgraded to the Nobu at Caesars, but that's not the restaurant. No, we have not been to the Nobu. Are you serious, Ceci? Okay, you're talking about the Mephisto Diamond problem. Yeah, I know. I think there's more than one, and I know there's a Nobu hotel which we stayed in once, but we didn't eat anything related to Nobu. All right. Um. I want to address what we're talking about with Mephisto Diamonds. Where's the Mephisto Diamond part? Wait a minute, this is not right then. This isn't right. I'm going to send this directly to Pathfinder. I don't know if he wants me to send him things directly, though. Something I want. My brain hurts. What is wrong? How come I can't think clearly? I am. My brain feels weird. I don't know. I think I need food. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What do we have? I've got some pasta. Let me make some pasta real quick and then we'll make this video. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong. This could be a blood sugar thing. Let me eat some food real quick. Right. Let's watch the Zero Cool Gamer video people were talking about. The crippling truth. Wow. He leans into it.
My name is Zero Cool Gamer, and I have a potential issue with some things here. If you notice the title, it's talking about an alliance issues or some issues with them, and I got this interesting guy online here. If you don't know,
It's in his wheelhouse. I can't. Don't laugh. You're a bad person if you laugh. Don't laugh. You're a sick fuck if you laugh. All right. All right. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, OG Diamond Dave. All right.
Know who he is already. We have the Brit JPT because he is an actual alliance leader, and there are some issues that are arising with being an alliance leader. Not at the top level, somewhere around the middle where they were, how they were beforehand. Now where they're at. So I will send it over to JPT and say, hey, what's it like being an alliance leader?
So this is a problem that's been going on for a while with alliances. I mean, especially where competitive war alliances, it's just a pain in the ass. Plus, it's a lot of babysitting, a lot of recruiting. There's just a lot of shit. So, this is not new. But it's interesting that he was saying that it's more, not even high-end alliances, like normal alliances are having problems with it. So that is interesting. Now, what was I going to... Oh, this is dinner from last night. She made a whole thing of pasta and chicken. It's delicious.
Well, so
Scopely has never seen the amount of time that goes into leading alliances outside of game time. This is correct.
first of all, the alliance I run, and we've had it for, well, the people. I would say that a huge chunk of the people in my alliance have stayed with each other for a good 4 or 5 years. And we've always been that type of alliance that, you know, when we need to get something done, we will get it done. Like, for example, when the raids were in that old scheme of 100% to get these rewards, move to the next difficulty, whatever, we always set those push days. Everyone will be like, get on doing it, great, like, push it. So we've always been that type of alliance, but then when it comes to just the general daily, week after week, we've never been super serious, never been strict and, you know, Discord pinging every like hour, get on and do your stuff, like free for raids or war, whatever. I've always been a case of, let us know what's going on. If you can't play the game or play it much, cool, like, it's no big deal. We know in advance, so we know either not to tag people, to not push people, to not even waste resources, because of course around the time for, like, it was a while ago, but around the time when, you know, people had to save maybe heal cores or use cores for extra energy, whatever it was. So we did what we needed to do, and we always were in that top 1%, should we say. So we was getting the max rewards that we could get, but also still keeping that very casual approach. So yeah, we've always run it like that, and that's why I've always been able to keep the large majority in my alliance, because they've been happy with how things run. And the only reason really people have ever left is been because they quit the game. So we've never had really any dramas, no nothing. It was always like, we know how the game works, we can play the game, and that was it. Like, we treat it as a game.
I gotta say, dude, never had any drama. We get top with 1% in modes. We never ping anybody. I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. Nobody ever fights. Everybody gets their stuff done. We never have to ping anybody. We get the top 1% words. I'm calling bullshit. Everybody's been in the lines for 5 years. I'm just saying. Okay. That sounds too good to be true, my guy.
We didn't take over our lives yet. We, like I said, we could mid-max everything basically. So we got the rewards we needed. We can push forward, kept up with the content, and didn't take it super serious.
So what are the potential issues of being, you're not like a full pushing alliance where you're, hey, all the time, every time, let's get everything done. You're down there with it. You have some casual members in there. You're not all spending money. What are the issues that are arising with being an alliance leader?
So of course before, like, it was always that comment that everyone would make that being an alliance leader was the thankless job that no one ever wants, which is true. Like we would have to organize stuff to get, say, like I was saying, that on days we needed to push, we would get on Discord, tag people, make sure everyone done that stuff, could press forward, cool, great. So now it's got to a point when rewards, leaderboards, season rewards, like everything, to do with alliance-based stuff is where there's no incentive. So so beforehand it was a case of got to get everyone together, rally the troops, whatever, get the stuff done, and everyone, it was all a massive team effort. So now it's kind of still the same, but this time the rewards, how the economy is like at the moment in terms of the gear ores we have, the T4s we have, just everything that were the main reason to push the leaderboards, the season rewards, all of that. Everyone's got that abundance now. And so when it comes to like, oh, you know what, let's try and get things done, there's no major incentive for me to get people to come on and play the game, should we say. So because there's no incentive, it's now getting to a point when you're now getting that divide in the alliance of people, getting disgruntled because people aren't logging on, let's say, for war, not logging on for war to doing their attacks. And then the others are like, which I do agree, like, and I've always said, especially for war for a long time, the rewards suck. So me spending half an hour of my time to push Alliance War for when, if I lose, we're practically getting the same reward. So because that's been like that week after week, it's like.
So I just want to bring this out there, that this is a very nuanced conversation that I found that will not, I repeat, will not resonate with 100% of the people watching the stream right now, nor will it resonate with 100% of the people who are watching YouTube videos, and most certainly will not resonate with 100% of the people on Reddit. This idea that I click buttons and I'm clicking buttons, but for what? And I got to tell you, this used to be a problem just for heavy spenders. Then it became a problem for light spenders. Then it became a problem for in-game alliances. Then it became a problem for light spenders or free-to-play in-game players where, all right, so I'm doing all this stuff for what? What am I doing this stuff for? I don't need the T4s anymore. I don't need this. I don't need that. I've got all of it. Nothing's happening, and I'm not sure why I'm still playing the game. Now, if you've been playing the game for a year or two and you're still trying to get Professor X or whatever, then you're not going to understand this. I promise you. Like, you have stuff to do. You have things to upgrade, things to work towards. Like, you're not going to be bored with the game. You're going to be able to, like, actually make meaningful progress in your account or make small baby steps towards getting Professor X or whatever. But I feel like once you have Professor X, and especially if you're in alliance with Professor X, and what are you going to do? What is there to do? Buy characters as they come out? That's not fun. I'm just waiting to buy. I'm waiting for the opportunity to buy the next characters. Oh, thank you, Scopely. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to have some fun and buy Azazel. Oh, we're just waiting to buy Rachel. Why? Or what are we doing after we got Professor X? Nothing.
Like, what is the point of, taking my time out of the day to really push to try and win this war when at the end of the day, the only thing we're losing out on is 450,000 gold? And that does, for how expensive things are for character-wise, that does nothing. So that is the issue that's coming on. And because it's kind of brewing, it's honestly getting to the point. If things don't change in the next few months, I've just got a feeling, say, people are going to start leaving, and in my eyes, I'm like, there's no incentive to try and keep it all together, should we say? Because I can't really make people come and play, should we say? So people are leaving, and then the thankless job about trying to recruit, which everyone knows is an absolute ball ache. What is the point replacing these members? So just going to lose more and more members, and get to the point it's like, you know what? Maybe you have to call it a day.
Okay, well, with that potential of losing players and stuff like that, which does happen, and then we get newer players in there, but they're not going to be anywhere near, the alliance mates that we have because they haven't been playing for long. What do you think? What options or process they think you should offer to go ahead and fix this, or give some type of solution to incentivize some players for playing more?
There's got to be, and don't get me wrong, because I know it was talked about in one of the strike times a month or so ago, is the rewards do need looking at.
No, I don't think you get what he's trying to say, Jerome. There is no incentive to be number 1 or number 10 or 100 or 1,000. That is what he's saying. There's no incentive to do anything at all. It's just like, I don't know why I'm playing in raids. I don't know why I'm clicking these buttons. The rewards are meaningless, so why am I even doing it? That's what he's saying. It's not about being number 1. If there was an incentive to be number 1, that would be the answer to this problem. Like, if there was a reward in game that meant something and actually trying to be number 1 or number 10 or 100, then that is the solution to the problem he's talking about. Yeah. There's no reason to even play most of the game modes because the rewards are meaningless. And being number 1 in this or number 10 in this, it just doesn't even matter. Like, as far as alliances and stuff like that, what he's talking about is there's no carrot in this game anymore other than wait around until they sell us the next character. It's what it's been reduced to. Wait around to the next character, wait around to the next Professor X, wait around until Annihilus, wait around to the next. We're doing nothing. We're just sitting around waiting to do nothing.
And looking at quickly, because like I said, it's going to get to a point, and I'm pretty sure I can hand on heart say that other alliances are probably feeling the same way, and all those sort of mid-tier, kind of casual, but because our alliance as well, we got some spenders and we got some free to play, but a lot of the spenders are now starting to become free to play because, like I said, the incentive is just not there really at the moment. So it's going to get to a point when a lot of alliances around my level, so like the top 1% to 2%, should we say, I'd be like, I can't really get people I can't really hold people into my alliance or stay playing the game, because there has to be an incentive to a degree to want to push content. And this new raid coming up, like, who knows what it's going to be like? Is it going to be like the chaotic raids, like 2.0, should we say, that as soon as you get the raid team, you can sim it and done? Like, it's just, there just needs to be either a new alliance milestone in terms of for rewards, like a unique rewards, or just something of a chase for the alliance to go after, a reason to be active in the game. Because right now, how we're playing, we are doing the bare minimum, I'd say, and still getting that top end reward. But because people want activity, there are some disgruntled members, starting picking up a fuss, because it's like, why am I doing all this and then these members aren't doing anything? So
yeah,
that's all I can.
there would potentially be where, more.
Hi, JPT.
Some
How's it
of the
going?
alliance members do more than others, and you can't really make other alliance mates, hey, can you pick this up? And they're either gonna do it or they're not. And some of them you're just like, well, I want to kick them, but if I do it, I don't think I'm gonna be able to replace them because there's no incentive to find somebody from a different alliance to come up because what are you really getting? Sure, the alliance rewards are, about 12 million every 2 weeks, 12, 13, 14, however the long stock of it is. So you get some gold, you get some stuff for it. The other side is rage, you get gear, but not too much of that.
No.
Would it be if you were chasing a character in there and then you'd be like, well, we want to get more shards this week for this character so we can unlock them? Or if you don't do it, I don't know, I guess we're losing out. Also, I think it would benefit of having a milestone where it benefits.
Hold on, let's do this promo code real quick. New promo code, August coins. August counts. Okay. Where did this come from? I feel like this just popped out of nowhere. It was just here. Oh no. Go! Holy hell, what's going on? Okay, 2,000. What are we going to do with 2,000? Are they kidding?
From doing something. And sure, when you do the alliance stuff, you get something out of it because you did something. And if we all don't, all 24 of us don't get to that point, we're all out of luck. At least it gives you something for going, well, I spent my time, trying to achieve this. You didn't because you didn't feel like it, but at least I got something for it. Instead of being like, well, we're not going to get nothing now because homeboy over here didn't want to go ahead and log in and just press a few buttons.
Yeah, I think chase is always something very important in any game. Any game I've played, there's always got to be that reason to push something or to revisit something, should we say? Because
I feel what he means by agency is it's a different conversation than the complexity of teams and theory crafter. Where I think agency is like, all right, last month 20 characters came out and 4 of them are really good, and I'm going to go for those 4, and I'm going to upgrade the 4 that I like because I like Spider-Man and Iron Man, and I like Crucible the most. And you know what? The other 16 I don't need, don't care, won't ever get them, doesn't even matter. That's the agency that's lacking in Marvel Strike Force. We are compelled to get whatever shit they put in front of us whether that's Thunderbolts or a Cursed or some fucking team we've never heard about and don't care about. It's shoved down your throats, and if you don't buy it, it's gonna suck. That's the agency that's lacking. There is none. This is what you get. Buy it or don't. And if you don't, we're gonna do something to fuck you later if you don't buy it today or you don't upgrade it today. There's no agency. There's no agency. There's zero agency when it comes to customizations of characters or deciding what characters you actually want to upgrade and use that come to the game. None. Zero. None. None. All right, we're going to keep going.
You want that end reward. You want that sort of like, oh, I managed to do all of this, and this is what I can show for it. Like, so I definitely think there needs to be some type of chase, but then also, to some degree, yes, I think there needs to be some penalizing of if people aren't doing a certain part, then they don't get that nice juicy reward. Like, so something that we kind of like theory crafted earlier would be something like, right, you have to do, so at the moment we've got 2 wars, so you get your 10 attacks as the set mark what you do each war. So I'd be like saying, right, here's a milestone, you have to do 20 war attacks, and let's say roughly five raid attacks a day, maybe 6, let's say, so 5 or 6, whatever. And so in this milestone, it's like, right, requirement to unlock this reward 20 war attacks and 30 raid attacks, let's say. You've got to do that within that week, and if you complete this milestone, it unlocks this type of reward, and then you've got to, so I think, because people like to have a bit of control, so have this type of orb that be like, right, you can either choose, do you want the character shards, do you want resources, or do you want maybe, let's say, ISOs? So you got a choice of a certain reward to pick from, and once you unlock this orb, and it's a nice respawn amount, so of course you've got to have the incentive to people to push for it, and at the end of the week, say you pick what you want, so then you're working on your roster still individually by also assisting the alliance. Something simple like that, and we've sort of thought about up within 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of issues with the alliance's part, and you're not really like, you were up there, and then now it's slowly declining because you're seeing that people aren't really being incentivized to play more, or the game mode itself for alliance isn't really like top notch. Oh my god, let's get into it. Raids now is just basically a sim button for top end players, which eventually gets boring because there's no reason for me to do it besides getting a few orbs for G20s, and I know they're bottlenecking it, but if there was something else in there, like even a sprinkle of gold or something like that, you'd start seeing a lot more people going, you know what, let me go ahead and play a little more so we get like this amount of gold over these 2 weeks, or this amount of training match for this 2 weeks, so that way I got it for the next character that's coming, because those are the 2 big bottlenecks within the game, is gold or training match. They're trying not to put too much anywhere, but I feel like the cost of a character getting to 105 has just insanely gone up, where they're trying to give you some gold, but then they're like, nah, we're good, you're gonna have to resource management everything or buy gold, and that would be it. I think the better answer would be, you should still give out a bunch, but it should be my decision, or even my like thought of coming up with it.
Okay,
like, you know what?
So I'm just gonna put something out here. What Zero Cool Gamer is at, what he's describing about not having enough training materials, not having enough gold, and this is something that nobody wants here to hear, and I'm not going to be able to explain it correctly. And if you're in his position, Zero Cool Gamer's position, you'll feel the way that he does. But I'm going to tell you, there's a large percentage of people that have no shortage of gold and no shortage of training materials, And what happens when you get to that place, because maybe you're an in-game player, maybe you've been an in-game player in an in-game alliance, maybe you were a battle pass spender and somehow you got ahead because you were buying the battle passes or whatever like that. You don't need any gold. You don't need any trading meals. You're sitting around going like, well, I don't even know why I'm playing this at all, because I don't need any of this stuff. Like, it just doesn't do anything. And so this is where I'm at. Something has happened with my spending patterns, which is mostly just buying the battle passes, right? And a new character comes out. And there was a point in time, a while ago where I was spending a lot. I've gotten to a point where spending money has made the game meaningless. Playing the game is now meaningless. I'm literally sitting around for 10 days waiting for them to sell us a character. There's no upgrade in my roster. Nothing is happening because I bought the battle passes for the last 6 months. And now I don't need any of this shit in any of these events. And I don't know why I'm playing raids. I don't know why I'm playing in Crucible. I don't know why I'm playing in War. Spending has actually made me not care about the game. And that's why I've stopped spending. It's just like there's nothing to do. There's no value. In fact, there's negative value. The money that I've spent has made me not care about the game anymore. It's very wild. I don't know how this happened. This is a really weird thing. Yeah, and so I'm just like, I was like, okay, because this is what I do know. When I started a new account, the game was fun. Every time I've started playing a new account, it was fun. I play it, it's fun. I get there, I get to it. When I was trying to get Professor X, it was fun. When I was trying to get Odin, it was fun. When I'm trying to get blah, blah, blah. There's nothing going on. There's nothing to do. Except for wait for the next character for them to sell you. And I don't even like fucking Rachel Summers. Why do I have to get her? I don't give a fuck about her. I have no feelings towards her whatsoever. And I just gotta do it for a bio for a mutant race. I don't want to. It's not fun. Maybe you like her. I don't care. I don't care about her is what I'm saying. But that's the point. That's not the point. The point is maybe you care about her. Maybe you don't. I don't. Anyways, let's keep going.
I'm going to buy gold just so I could push this guy. I don't want it to be, I have to buy gold if I want to get him, if I want to get this character built. It should be more on the player side, and
they got rid of this.
Fluid and easy.
They're not doing
easier to.
They're not doing this, Spartan. They're not doing this at all because it was wrong. So this is there. It's not going to be in today's blog. It's in the PDF file, but it's not going to be in the blog.
Feels 10 times better than Scopely going, well, if you really want this, you're going to have to spend for it. If not, well, tough luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, 100%. Like, yes, like we always say, we know the game is a business. You have to make money. But sometimes when you either restrict something way too much or the value of what you're buying isn't worth the squeeze, then to me, and I know a lot of other people as well, just get put off spending it completely. Like, what is the point of spending? Like, so I'm not getting much value for buying this. So all it does
yes, and what I'm saying is I got negative value. And you don't have to play the game the way I do. I think everybody plays the game for different reasons. Some people like it because they like Marvel. Some people like the theory craft of going into battle. Some people like their alliances. What I like is tinkering with my roster and building my roster. Today, my roster is a little bit bigger than the day before. All of that has come to a screeching halt. And the only way for me to do anything like that is to buy the next character they sell me. And I feel like all the game modes are useless when it comes to that. And so I feel like spending the little money that I was spending in Marvel Strike Force was taking away from that feeling that I had when I started a new account. When I started a new account, I played it. I was getting rewards. I was getting items. I could use those items to upgrade characters. I had to figure out where to spend this and there and go up to this and how much ISO, which character. Wait, this team's good. This team's bad. They gave us 9,000 characters right at the start, and I know which ones are good or bad. I only upgrade the ones that are good. I have a very lean. I had to make strategic decisions. I had to min-max and play smart. That's all been stripped away from the game. It's all of that good stuff that I just described does not happen at some point. And it just comes to a screeching halt, and you're just sitting around waiting for them to spoon feed you the next character, and you don't have any choices and no decisions to be made. And here it is. Here's your Rachel Summers. Eat it. Eat this Rachel Summers and love it. Why? Because we told you need it. Okay. That's where we're at. It's so weird right now. Yeah, it's just kind of weird. And I know not everybody's in this space, but the reason, okay, so let's say you have no, like, this doesn't apply to you, you don't get it, none of this makes any sense to you. This is why it should matter. The people that have financed this game for the last 7 years have no reason to spend anything. And let me tell you, that is not good. When nobody has any reason to spend, and we're talking about, like, maybe I used to spend, $20 to $40 a week on Marvel Strike Force. There are people spending $1,000 a week or $1,500 a week. If I'm not seeing the value in spending $20 to $40, do you think the guy that spends $1,500 a week gives a fuck? There's nothing to buy. They're not doing it. What happens to the game when that happens? That's what I'm saying. So if you're not in this situation and you don't understand what's going on, understand this. There's nothing to buy. Nobody wants to buy anything. They're not providing any value. And that's that. And then what happens? The game is just going to spiral and get shittier and shittier because there's nothing to do and nothing to buy. No reason to do anything. People leave the game. That's what happens. The game evaporates. That's not good. He's not complaining about having too much stuff. Oh no, this guy's complaining about there's nothing to do. He's here in chat. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, the person that's talking is in chat. That's what he's saying. He is losing players because there's people that want to do raids, but the people are like, well, why are we even doing these? The rewards don't do anything. And why are we doing them? And then it's like, well, so then he's got 12 people that want to do the raids just because we've been programmed to do the raids. And then the other 12 people are like, why are we even doing this? And then there's this conflict because there's no chase, no reason, no benefit to doing them because everybody has everything that's in the raids. All the rewards, there's no good rewards because all the rewards are done. Nobody needs the training materials. Nobody needs the gold. Nobody needs any of this stuff. Nobody needs the T4s. We got enough of it. The G tier 20s are not meaningful enough. There's nothing there. And so why are we playing? I understand that there's some people here in chat that are not there and they play in the, like, I optimally, and maybe you're in this situation and this is where the game feels healthy. You go in and with your alliance and you work together with your alliance and you do this task, you work together, you get this camaraderie, you have this challenge, you complete it, yay me, and then you get the rewards and you're like, oh, fuck, this is great. I got all these resources. I can now take my XYZ team up higher and I can do better. And I'm going to get Professor X because of it. And because I put that work in, I got this, and this, and this, which helped my roster do this, and this, and this. And yay me, now I get the big reward, whatever that is for you at the time, Odin or Professor X. That experience is not happening for a large percentage of the player base. We're just sitting around with our dicks in our hands doing nothing. And then when we're asked to do all this mindless, meaningless stuff, it creates dissension because I had this conversation with Big Spartan. There's no value to me logging in the middle of the night to push a couple buttons in raid. For what? There's no gameplay value. I'm going to sit there, wait for the game to load up for 45 seconds, push 3 buttons, which is another 30 seconds. Half of my time was waiting for the game to turn on. For rewards that won't matter? Yeah, it's really weird. So this is the reason why it's like, I want to go back so that like I was having more fun when I didn't have Professor X. Now that I have Professor X, there's nothing to do. Spending made the game less fun for me. That is not a good business plan. That is not a good business plan.
Turn is stops people spending, get more further behind, and then you're like, you know what? I'm not getting resources through gameplay. I'm not getting resources through my own money. So what's the point of me playing it anymore? You know? And this is why I'm saying that if rewards and incentives aren't really coming around moving forward, so now we've got a game that you're simming everything and there's no rewards for actually getting it from simming everything as well.
So this is the thing, and maybe you're there, but this used to be a problem reserved only for the mega tippity top 100 players in the game, and this problem now has spread to players that aren't even spenders. This used to be a problem reserved for the mega krakens, the people that were spending $5,000 a month. Well, then the bar got a little bit lower. This problem started to affect the people that were spending, $80 or $50. Now it's getting to people that haven't even spent any money. Give us an idea. All right. This is an idea. This is not a good idea. What if? Okay, hear me out. 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 What if? What if they released the Hellfire Club? Not with 3 characters and 2 reworks. What if they released the Hellfire Club with 5 reworks and 10 new characters? And a normal person could get 3 of those 10 characters and be happy with those 3, do whatever they need with those 3, actually decide which 3 of the 10 characters they wanted. And let's say I choose to do Shaw, Azazel, and Rachel Summers, and it works out exactly the same. I'm going to be able to do the Thunderbolts. I'm going to be able to do the raids, the mutant raids. Everything's going to be fine. And the other 7 are not important. You just don't need them. Maybe one of them will allow you to sim it a little bit easier, or one of them will help you. Another one in Dark Dimension 19. Maybe another one will give you a slightly smaller strategic advantage in Crucible for one particular matchup, but you just don't need the other 7 characters at all. You just don't need them. What a weird idea. I get to pick which of the 3 characters I actually want to go after because I like playing with this character more than this one. This kit looks more. I actually have to make a decision, or I could spend a fuck ton of money and buy all of them. Okay, problem solved. Then gold would matter, training materials would matter, T4s would matter, all that shit would matter, because if you're going to be a crazy person and go for all 10, you're going to need all of that shit. Right now, you don't. No, you'll get the free-to-play player, you won't matter. You're going to have the same experience. You just don't need the characters. You just like, all right, I got my 3 characters. That's fine. I get to do the same thing they can do. I just don't care, and it's fine. And everybody's happy. Yeah. It's exactly what happened with Superior 6, by the way. It's the Superior... Let's just back it up. You don't have to do it as an extreme idea. I was giving an extreme example. But what if they just did it like Superior 6? All right. Here you go. Here's Superior 6. All right, there's going to be one amazing character that really makes Superior 6 fuck, and that guy is Green Goblin. And you know what? We're not going to make it really hard, but you're going to have to earn this guy. There's going to be some tricks to get this guy, but if you're diligent and you're free to play and you min-max it, you're going to get Green Goblin. All right, everybody else, and if you work hard and you get Green Goblin, you're going to have a team work with your existing characters, right? And do you need Kraven? Not really. Do you need Slayer? Not really. See where I'm going with this? You don't really need those characters. Do you need Green Goblin? Yeah. Okay. Make that guy kind of hard to get, but free to play accessible. And then make Spider Slayer, some stupid ass character, expensive so that the Krakens have something to buy that free to play players just don't need. We don't need Spider Slayer to do anything. Okay, fine. I just skip Spider Slayer. No big deal. My team's fine without Spider Slayer, and I didn't have to spend $500 on him. See how there's agency and actually thoughtfulness matters, and like thinking is like, I don't have to do this. Okay, I won't. That, like actual agency and a thought process involved. Yeah, they don't need to go as extreme as I just said with what I was saying earlier, but something like Superior 6, Sinister 6, something like that. That was fine. Everybody seems to like it. I'm sure I don't know if maybe they didn't make any money doing that. I don't know. Maybe it was too much work for them. I don't know. Yeah. And then, yeah, so anyways, let's keep going.
And people are going to start dropping off. And then people, like I said, around my level, how my alliance is running, and in terms of where we are on leaderboards and what rewards we're getting, which is the top end stuff, people are going to start leaving. And then the alliances are going to start breaking. And then people will be like, you know what? I can't be bothered to move alliance anymore. I'm going to quit as well. So it's something that it's starting to happen, especially from who I've been talking to and what people have been saying, especially in my alliance, should we say, and in the other streams. But yeah, moving forward, if they don't change something drastically, then I think it is going to start causing an issue long term.
Well, I want to thank JPT for coming on and venting about how much fun it is to be an alliance leader. It just sounds so amazing. I just can't believe how super excited you are just to keep going with this alliance and be like, yeah, it's a good job every day. I guess it's rewarding. Obviously not. Obviously not.
The simplest way to put it, the first few years of this game, being alliance leader was not rewarding.
I agree. I agree with what you. I agree, Beta.
Should we say? But
the illusion was there, Beta. Does that make sense? The illusion was there.
But of course, it was still difficult to get 24 players on board. Now, this last year, about a year or so of the game, the incentive is.
Yeah, what the alliance part is that he's saying that, you know, he had an alliance which was a min-max alliance that would be competitive to try to get in the 1% or 10%. Now there's no point, and people just don't care because placing high doesn't actually even matter anymore. And it's creating conflicts within the alliance because why should I raid? Because it doesn't matter. And then some people want to raid and some people don't want to raid, but a lot of people are just like, yeah, I don't know why we're even doing this. It's creating this weird conflict internally in his alliance, and people are going to quit or stop spending or whatever. All kinds of different scenarios with that.
It's just not there at all. So you've got the first half of what I just talked about just now, and now zero incentive. So now it's a double negative, and I'm at a point like, okay, like how can I go about this in terms of keeping alliance together? So yeah, it's been quite a brainstorm, and it's kind of hard to be like, how do I approach this moving forward, which quite honestly I don't know.
Well, if you guys got any comments on what we were talking about here, please leave them in the comment section below. We'd love to get your feedback so we can send back to Scopely and tell them, hey, fix this somehow, make it more rewarding for it, because the current rewards all over the place, whether it's, you know, war, which is just a bit of gold that could barely get a character up to what, like level 85, maybe level 95, and that's it, and that's over 2 weeks. But we get more characters, and we're getting another character too, so you're getting more characters. Then you want to build them up to 7 stars, which requires even more gold. So there's all kinds of issues with this. We want to just make sure we get the points out there, and get your point out there too. So, but I want to thank JPT for jumping on and enjoying. I've enjoyed the rant, definitely, definitely. But
it's needed.
Definitely needed, because hey.
Yeah, I probably am not going to talk about this too much more because I'll tell you why. this is not a universal problem. This is not a problem that's for somebody that's been playing the game for a year or maybe even 2 years will experience. This is a problem, but frankly, Zero Cool Gamer is not experiencing. Zero Cool Gamer needs gold and trading materials. So like playing in those types of events and doing stuff in various parts of the game actually is meaningful because he needs the gold and trading materials. I think what JBT was talking about, some point you don't, and then what? So it's not a universal problem that 100% of the players in Marvel Strike Force are experiencing. But the problem is that this is the potential spenders or the past spenders and the spenders are experiencing this problem. And this is going to cause the game to evaporate into thin air. Yeah, it's an in-game problem. It is solely an in-game problem. This is a problem that you're not going to experience in the first 2 years of playing Marvel Strike Force unless you spend a fuck ton of money. It's just not going to happen. And you're not going to have it. You're going to, if you've been extremely casual or pure free to play, you're not going to have this problem either. Yeah, you're going to play the game and you're going to get rewards and you're going to, wow, I need those training materials. I need that gold. I need these T4s. Yeah, that feels good. And I'm glad that I got my alliance to do it. But JBT is saying that half of his alliance doesn't need any of that shit and it's creating problems. Yeah, see, Jerome, you don't have this problem at all. I promise you. So this is why I'm probably never going to talk about it in a video because it's not going to be understood and well received by everybody because not everybody's experiencing this. And it was weird. Like I remember like a year and a half ago, I was talking to an in-game player and they were telling me about this, they have nothing to do, nothing to buy. They're bored, blah, blah, blah. They're going to leave the game because there's nothing to do. And I was like, well, that's just a Kraken problem. That's stupid as fuck. Haha, sucks to be you. You spent your way in. Then it started happening to like the people that were spending $500 a month. Then it started happening to people that spend $300 a month. Then it started happening to Battle Pass players, and it just keeps dropping down, and down. And then about 6 months ago, I started saying stuff like, "Wow, the only way that a mobile game can fail is if there's nothing for the Krakens to buy. If the in-game players, the high-end spenders have nothing to do and they're bored out of your miles, you've failed as a mobile game developer if you've provided a project. If I want to go down the street and spend $100 in a steak and there's like, sorry, we don't have any steaks, they failed as a business. You go to a high-end steakhouse and say, I want to buy a steak. I'm the top connoisseur steak person in the world and I want a steak. And they're like, yeah, we don't have steak. We just have chicken. Well, they suck as a steakhouse. Marvel Strike Force sells shit to Krakens. That's their job. And they don't have anything to sell. Just like if Marvel Strike Force was a steakhouse, you would show up and they would have no steaks. None. Here you go. We've got chicken and pork chops. Sorry. Bad business plan. Holy shit. I want to spend. I have no reason to. Exactly. I've cut my spending off. Yeah. I like the idea you mentioned about release lots of stuff and let people choose. So this is okay. So part of this is not my idea. This is a Raid Shadow Legends thing, and I don't know how to explain to you this. They don't have power creep on characters. My roster is different than Kat's roster. My roster is different than Boylan's roster. My roster is different than every single person. Everybody's got a different roster. And everybody's kind of just thrown to the wolves and try how to figure out how to beat all this shit with what you have. Then they release a fuck ton of characters every month. And you look at all the characters that they release and you can actually look through them and say, I don't need any of these. And they're going to give you, out of the 10, they'll give you like 2 or 3 of them for free. And they're pretty good. And you're like, holy shit, they're very generous. And the other 7, you're like, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't care. And you know what? There's a mega spender out there who's like, I need all of them. I got to have every single character that comes out. And you know what? I'm going to spend 30 grand doing it. And I'm like, I don't care. You go ahead. Thank you for funding the game for me. I'm going to get my free shit. I'm going to have just as much as fun as you are. And if you want to buy the other 7 characters for 30 grand, go for it, my guy. And you know what? And maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get one of those other 7 characters, or I'll randomly get one, or maybe I'll do a tournament and I'll get some of them. Whatever. It just doesn't matter. I actually can decide which ones I want and don't want. I don't have to get any of them. It's very strange. I don't know. Maybe they can. I don't know. I feel like, here's the thing is like, I'm not that smart, and I'm not smart enough to figure this problem out, firstly. And secondly, I don't get paid to, it's like there's people over there making a fuck ton of money getting paid to think about this stuff and figure it out. I don't have to. Okay. All right. We're going to do this in a minute. We're not going to do this now. Sheriff Lobo, I know. I did have a never. I had this conversation specifically with RJ. I pulled him aside and asked him a bunch of questions. It's specifically about this kind of stuff. Holy shit. All right, let's read the blog post. And then we're gonna, you know what? Let's do something fun. Holy fuck me, right? Let's do something fun. Let's do something fun. All right, I've got a I got a promo code to give out. The promo code will be for this right here on the screen. Only one person gets it. I will have to whisper you the code in game. We're going to do a thing for it. Everybody here in chat is going to be eligible for it. Okay, keyword. All right, right now into chat, type in explanation, I love MSF. Exclamation, I love MSF. And we got to put on the song.
Hey commanders, big news drop. Something free, don't let it flop. Click this link and hold your breath. You might win. Year death. They said orbs, they said
I love Masturbation.
Now I'm here, face full of defeat. You get one spin, hope it's gold. Nope, 5 shards for Blob, I'm told. It's free.
Oh, I'll do the
That's
MSF.
what they said, but is it real? It's free.
Oh.
They gave me blitz charges and a deal. It's free, free, free. Whoa! Except it's not. But hey, good luck. It's free. Now go spend more to earn your buck.
All right. We love Pathfinder. I love steak.
Here's a code. Expires fast.
All right. We got 60 people. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm going to drop down for 10 unless the number goes up. Right here, we got 60 people in. 61. We'll just see 62. Exclamation, I love MSF. Masters of Psychology. Need 9 more people? Whoa.
Technically true, but spiritually false.
We'll do whip. Oh.
They gave me T1 ions, insult assault. It's free, free, free. Oh, log in now. They scream and shout. It's free. Just don't ask what it's all about. Danger, terms behind you. Read the fine print or
Yeah, they probably didn't want to hear my rant. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to press the button, choose a winner. We're going to do it now. Good luck to everybody. 69 people. Oh, should we do it exactly 69 people? 2 more people? Exclamation. I love MSF. All right, we're doing it at 67. Choose a winner. Smoley13. Type into chat, and then I will direct message you. Type Smoley, type into chat. Say, yay, I won something. Here, okay, here we go. I got it. Let me find you real quick. Congratulations. Let me ping you real quick with the code. I see someone said here. There you go, Smoley. All right, let me message you. I'm going to whisper you. All right. I'm going to send you the code right now. I'm going to message you, and then you just got to message me back that you got it. Say thank you or something or whatever you're going to say. Smoley, I'm sending you the code right now on Twitch Whisper, and just say, got it. Thank you. Okay, we're done. All right, we got it. We got it. All right, we got to do community manager whip. All right. Back to ranting. No, let's do it. Let's do it. Greetings, Commanders. My name is Community Manager Whip. That's right. Wail harder, you peasants. I've just been taking a notice on that mobile complainer fuck guy. That guy's a whiny bitch. He just complains about the dumbest shit. And what I'm starting to realize is that everybody that plays Marvel Strike Force is looking out for themselves and has their own things that they need in the game. Some people want more gold. Some people want more stuff to buy. You guys are dumb as fuck. That's all I know. And listen, we need to talk about the real problems in Marvel Strike Force, and that is my problems. You need to understand what's going on here. I've got this mega yacht, $300 million mega yacht, sitting in the port out there in Marina Del Rey, and I don't know why we moved to Culver City. Now I actually have to drive 4 minutes to get to Marina Del Rey. Before, when we were in Playa Del Rey, I could get there real quick. I have 1 helicopter, but my yacht has 2 helipads. You need to buy more shit, you stingy fucks. I don't want to hear any whining that you already got Azazel at 3 diamonds and all that stuff. Just buy more shit just because. Your feelings are not important. Think about my helicopter. Do it for the helicopters. Borrow money. Don't pay rent. Go into debt. Refinance your house. Do some shit. Ask not what you. Hang in here. Hang in here. Ask not what Marvel Strike Force can do for you. Ask what you can do for Marvel Strike Force. All right, what are we doing? Oh, we are doing something. All right, let's talk about what's happened so far today. We're going to put together a video. Summer gains. All right, this seems whacked out. August counts. This seems whacked out. Now, there was a comment specifically from Pathfinder who essentially said that the total for last month from Twitch drops and community codes was 200,000 intel. So there was a lot of concern about the Twitch drops having a lower amount of antimatter. And clearly now we're seeing much lower amounts of antimatter. Like we were getting like 20,000 normally. Now, so this was a message from Pathfinder from several days ago. I believe this was on Monday, where he said that the total amount between Twitch drops and community codes should be the same. Well, we're not seeing that, but we have to take his word for it. With my helicopter. My helicopter! You don't understand the skit? We used to be in Playa del Rey to Marina del Rey. And now we have to go from Culver, the back end of Culver, the far away part of Culver, all the way to Marina del Rey. Holy shit, it's such an inconvenience. Well, okay. Technically, there are parts of Culver City that are very close to Marina del Rey, but where the Scopely office is specifically is pretty far. Yeah, you have to go all the way down Washington. Holy shit, that'd take forever. Yeah, I don't care about that counting thing. I just am not doing that. I'll let someone design a bot to fix that shit. I'm not doing it. I'm not telling anybody about it either. I'm not telling anybody to go do it. Fuck that. Did you finish Danger Room? All right, we're gonna talk about that. No, I know where the boats are in Marina del Rey. I've actually been out there for fireworks on 4th of July. It was actually pretty nice. I miss California. I hate to say it. Sometimes I just really miss California. I like Vegas, but I miss California sometimes. This is interesting. Weekly blog. Almost 80 degrees in the OC. It's just, I mean, we went to we're going, when was the last time we went? We just got back from California. We do go pretty often, but right now the weather here is pretty awful. Mm-mm. Palm Desert's really hot. LA 91. Holy shit. It's hot in LA right now. Boy, it's hot everywhere. Fuck. Oh, you're not. Newport, 75 degrees. Anaheim, 86. I guess if you're on the water, you got 75 degree. Sounds pretty hot for even there, though. There's a sugarfish in MBR that has awesome sushi. 105 in Riverside. Yeah, see, we moved from Redlands, which is right next to Riverside. And right now in Redlands, it's 100 degrees. It's 104 right now in Vegas, so it's hot here right now. All right, Battle Pass. We're not buying that shit. Broken King Week 2, Cosmic Raid, which is not a raid, it's an alliance event. Fallen Dimension, we'll talk about that. Danger Room returns. Now that's going to be important because most of the problems that I was bitching and moaning and whining about, they address. A lot of stuff. Now this should be way more free to play friendly. Specifically, the issue that I was having was the rental characters not enabling the character specific boons, and like the Franklin one was super important. It looks like they got the resolve. So all of this stuff here about Danger Room, I think is a big W for the community. It's a little bit unfortunate that the last one was a pain in the ass. There was at least the people that I polled, 58% did not finish Danger Room 10. I also don't think that 100% of the people should be able to finish Danger Room. I think it actually should be hard. But I do think there were some things unfair about the Danger Room, and it looks like that all got resolved. So that's a W. Rachel Summers coming out on Thursday. Mephisto, this is leaving. Ignore this. This is getting removed. So this is on my copy of a PDF copy that was sent to me. But if you go to the actual website, this is not happening. It's being added to the next blog because they need to wait for the Dark Diamond payouts. And so it's going to get pushed back at least a week. So this is not accurate. This is not accurate. I'll give context to it though. Broken King, Plastar Shards. All right. Spin campaign energy, playing Fantastic Force, play Mortal Man, play Fallen Dimension, Gold, White Rock, meta items, Blitz with Rachel, Fantastic Force, Friend President, Diamond Orbs, okay, Earn, Ally 9, Fantastic Diamond Orb prize, going on Null, 7th Red Star, gonna be in the command center, Rachel Summers arriving soon, fine, that's standard. This is my favorite part of the blog right here. Fantastic Four MCU Danger Room is returning on August 13th. Fantastic Four are flexing their powers again in this roguelike game mode to rack up a high score and come away with a few fun rewards. We're monitoring the community's feedback in the last run, and we'll be making a few updates as well as fixing some errors in the second run. Fantastic Four MCU will last only for a week. Fantastic. Reduce some of the starting mod costs. Cool. Increase rental character power levels, difficulties to accommodate a bug where rentals aren't receiving Stark Deck benefits. Holy shit. I wonder how much that was. Because what, is it 22%? What is the Stark Tech mod bonus? 22, 25%? I can't remember. It's a significant number though. Anybody know off the top of their head? $25% or 22%? I'm pulling the number out of my head. $25. Thank you, Nah. Okay, rental characters will count towards character-specific mods. This was a huge problem. This was a huge problem. The reason why it was a problem was hold on. Anna Man sent me a thing. There it is, right here. That right there. 25%. All right, thank you. Like one of the main boons that allowed people to get through Danger Room was this power ring balance, and it was only available with Franklin Richards. And initially, it didn't even say this, so people were their Franklin Richards. They get this boon because they started off with Franklin Richards or whatever, and then Franklin Richards would die off, and then they couldn't understand why it didn't work because the text on this was wrong. And then even worse than that is if you rented Franklin Richards, this wouldn't show up at all. So that is a big, big, big W. Okay, added more procedural generated missions, more diversity of missions, and fewer endgame Thanos. Endgame Thanos is unfun for PvE, frankly. And Super Scrolls only show team-specific mod rewards if you have corresponding characters in that run. Examples: only has Fantastic Four mods if you have Fantastic Four character friend. Added Azazel to the list of available characters. So this is going to be a thing, and Azazel is going to be accursed. That's going to be interesting. Fallen Dimension. Activate your Vigilante at the top of skill characters. Special assignment in the Fallen Dimension. Just like last time, Vigilante team will lead the rest of your roster through a series of missions. Fallen Dimension Omega is also returning, and these missions are for the top commander's extremely powerful roster. Review the requirement and prepare for battle. Okay. Anything controversial about this? Is this pretty much straightforward? Vigilante is going to run it. They have not. No. I feel like the window. Oh, I had to ask Chad a question. I was watching a video about the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. Not, even though they were well received, I personally loved both movies. I went and saw Fantastic Four twice. That's a movie I've not seen a single movie twice in the theater since COVID. So this is the first movie since COVID that I've gone to it twice in the theaters. And I guess they're probably not going to even break even. And this is what does that mean? Both of these were good movies. People aren't just not showing up for Marvel anymore. What does this mean? Wait for it, yeah. Because Superman did good, right? Didn't the Superman movie hit it out of the park? It was wildly successful. F4 was after Superman and Jurassic Park. There you go. Just wait for Disney Plus. So this might be a Disney Plus problem. My understanding is that the Superman movie was wildly successful. And that Superman. So, let's see. No, it's not that high either. I thought it was closer. I thought it was higher than that. That's not actually great either. That's in line with Fantastic Four. Yeah. 382. So my theory's wrong. So this might be just a movie theater thing. Thunderbolts 382. So they're all the same. Let's see. What's the last Jurassic one called? Melt. Oh, this might be just straight up a movie theater problem. Right. Superman is 562. There you go. See, I heard what I heard was that Superman did amazing, and if Superman is at 562 and these other ones are under 400 million, that's the numbers that I had heard. And then it's kind of like, why did Superman do so well and Fantastic Four didn't? Even though Fantastic Four was a good movie, I think it was a good movie. The Fog. Yeah, I don't think so either. The Dog. But what if you're a cat person like me? Striking Diamond Awards, Purple Ice of Grandma 19, Crimson Gold, Omega requirements. 5 Vigilantes, currency conversion. Wait, let's read this carefully. Intel's going away, yeah. Converter shop credits, Ultra Word, okay, Battle World credits. Alliance credits rewarded. Alliance gifts will change to shop credits. Stark Tech Cosmic Converter Alliance to shop credits. Battle World credits will be rewarded. Battle World converted T3 ISO out of credits combined. Each duplicate shard world card credits. New streak mode. All right, they're getting rid of that. Twitch drops. Yikes. Same as last week. I wish they put the cost of the Ultimus orbs in shop credits, or just some sort of confirmation. Because I know you sent a message to me about it, but it's not there. That's the same. I gotta tell you, there was a time and a place where I enjoyed the movie going experience, meaning like I kind of liked going and the energy of the crowd, and now it's just like I have to go into public. Actually, it's not so bad. I went to some people bumped into me when I was going to see Fantastic Four. Like, oh, you're a mobile gamer, so that was pretty cool, I guess. 2 guys. I like watching stuff in my house, though. All right, let's see. Let's go to Reddit, see what's going on in Reddit for a second. We'll play the Reddit song. We're going to play the Reddit song. Let's play the Reddit song.
MSF subreddit, baby. Home of good vibes, gender replies, and zero salt. I logged on once, was feeling low. New to the game, didn't really know. Asked who's good in arena though. They said, great question, bro, let's go. Nobody flamed, nobody snapped, just virtual pats and a friendly clap. One dude called me king with pride, another said your roster solid.
Actually, this is pretty good today. All right, Reddit's nothing big on there. All right, let's go. Yeah, I've done the dine-in movies. The problem with the dine-in movie theaters, well, I don't want to get into it. I've done all of them. I kind of just like watching movies in my house. Holy shit. I mean, I can eat my food. I can pause it. I can rip out farts without as long as cat's not there, I can just like let them rip and I don't have to worry about offending people. I love it. Dining movies, I've done that a bunch of times, yeah, and I feel like it varies from place to place. There's this pretty cool local one that we used to go to, that they bring out food to you and they waitress and everything like that. But I don't know what it is about like these mom and pop movie theaters. Their sound systems are fucked. Like, and then I go to like AMC in the ghetto. Well, it's not the ghetto, but AMC, and it sounds great. These like little independent like dine-in places, I don't know. They screw up their audio system somehow. I don't know. Like every one I've been to, it's been bad compared to like an AMC where it's like actually like you could tell it's like actually tuned correctly. Like someone went into the theater and has the volume level set correctly and all this stuff. I like my house, man. I got two TVs I barely watch, and I like both of them. All right, we've got blog post, a bunch of stuff to go over, some pretty big changes to Danger Room, because I think Danger Room was a bad experience for a large percentage of the player base because it wasn't set up correctly. So they've made some iterations where it's going to be significantly better, in my opinion, a lot more fair. We also got 2 promo codes. Now, Summer Gains is the first promo code, and that is for 1,000 antimatter, which we're going to talk about, and then 150 power cores. And then the second code is August Counts, and that is for 2,200 power cores. Now, there's a couple things that bother me about this, but it was addressed directly by Pathfinder, is like if we look at the Twitch drops were normally 20,000 when we had Intel, and then they've been dropped to 10,000 as of this week. Pathfinder said that the total for the Twitch drops and the community codes is going to be the same as last month. They said last month it was 200,000 in total, and then this month it is also going to be 200,000. We are not seeing that. Right now we are seeing 1,000 here. I don't know if they want us to do that counting thing on Discord. I'm not going to do it. I don't get it. I don't know why they would want us to do that. Let's do something else. I'm not counting on Discord. Okay. But they're saying that it should be 200,000. All right. We'll just have to see how it plays out. We've got a little bit of time. But right now, the numbers are lower. It feels like they left a 0 off. It feels like they cut Twitch drops in half. We'll have to see. Also, there was an in-game pop-up, and I think this all looked great, and looks like people got a Nihilus. I'm just curious about this. Their average rate here says 6 yellow, 2 red. I know that in one of the Strike Spot videos, the head guy over there, Marvel Strike Force, was saying that they thought the amount of red stars that people got was low and that they wanted to improve that. We'll have to see how that plays out with Blastar because, I didn't have access to this information. That's interesting for sure. So we've got the weekly blog. We're going to go over it. The first thing is that we've got the Battle Pass on Monday. We're going to be in the second week of Broken King. Cosmic Raid will be starting. Now, Cosmic Raid is an event. We've had that before. It is not a raid, but we'll go over the details of that. Fallen Dimension, and this is going to be the one that is going to feature vigilantes for the most part. And then we get the Danger Room on Wednesday, and it's going to have a lot of adjustments that I think are for the good. And then Rachel Summers will be available starting on Thursday. I'm somewhat interested in her because she's going to be able to be placed into the Immortals team in Crucible and should have some sort of an impact. And I also like the idea of now that maybe with the Immortals, we can swap in out some characters and maybe use Cable on another team or something like that. It's kind of interesting to me. And then this right here, ignore this. This is being removed from the blog post. This is in my copy here, but it will not be in the blog post. I do want to give some context to what that is that the Mephisto diamond price is wrong. So in game, if you want to buy Mephisto diamonds now, my suggestion is to do that because this was supposed to be the correct price right here. And I believe it's 6,000 for 3 diamonds. And I don't know what the other 2 prices are, but this is the price that it's going to be in about 28 days from the 25th. And so the 15th was too early. I believe they were waiting for payouts, for Crucible payouts, where we're going to get the Dark Diamonds and you'll get an opportunity to get Mephisto at that reduced price. However, they will be going to this price at some point in the future. Wait for another blog post. This particular PDF, this is being removed and will not be in the blog post. Broken King, 200 blaster shards. Charge to week 2 of the Broken King and continuing blaster character shards, and check the command center every day for antimatter free claim. Broken King week 2. This is going to start on the 11th. Spin campaign energy. Play Fantastic Force week 4. Play Crucible with Immortal X-Men. So that's kind of tied into the Rachel Summers thing. And play Fallen's Dimension again. So that's going to be mostly around the Vigilante team, which I think that was a good team. I really like the Vigilante team. Thunderbolts not so much, but Vigilante felt good, right? Rewards, gold and white rook, meta item, Blitz with Rachel Summers, and then there'll be Fantastic Force Diamond Orbs. So the Cosmic Raid, which is an Alliance event, team up with your Alliance to mine Diamond Orbs for the Fantastic Four MCU, and this will start on the 11th, and this will be centered around the Alliance 9 orbs, battle and raids, raid with Thunderbolts, Fantastic Diamond Orb fragments, and Arbor 20 Orb fragments. Now, we're going to be able to get the 7th red for Null. No real specifics on how that is going to work other than it's going to be tied to the command center. Rachel Summers, we kind of talked about this. This will be out on Thursday. Let's get to the Danger Room, and I will talk about this. The Fantastic Four MCU Danger Room is returning on the 13th, which is Wednesday. Fantastic Four are flexing their power again in this roguelike game mode to rack up high score or come away with fun rewards. We've been monitoring the community's feedback in the last run. Yeah, it was not good. The community was not thrilled with it. In the last run, we'll be making a few updates as well as fixing some errors. The second run of the Fantastic Four Danger Room will last only for 1 week. Now, I do want to say, I polled Twitch chat, which is not a super scientific study. Clearly, people that are hanging on Twitch are pretty engaged. They have time to spend on Danger Room and so on. And it was 58% did not finish and 42% did. There were some problems with it, which they are addressing in the next version of the Danger Room, and it was significantly harder. Also, I do want to say this. I don't think, it's my opinion that Danger Room should not be finishable by 100% of the player base. I just don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know what that number is, but I don't think it's going to ever be 100%. Should it be 90%? Should it be 80%? Should it be 70%? I don't know. I think it should be higher than 42%. I do know that. Let's talk about what they're going to do. Right here. Reducing some of the starting mod costs. Then this is right here is kind of a big deal. Increased rental characters' power at later difficulties to accommodate a bug where rentals aren't receiving Stark Tech benefits. Well, Stark Tech maxed out is 25%. So yeah, that is not good. So there was something wrong with the rentals. I feel like that's a big punch in the face for the last time. Rental characters will count towards character-specific mods. Now, this is the one that I was making a big stink about. The big problem with the last run with the Fantastic Four is that there was this very important and very helpful, I wouldn't call it vital, but most certainly the run that I did where I was able to finish difficulty 10 did have this power rebalance. Initially, Franklin Richard was not in the text. Like, it was unknown that Franklin Richards was required for this to show up. And then also many people did have Franklin Richards. They did have the power rebounds, but Franklin Richards would die off. And then there was no explanation to why this wasn't working. And the reason why it was working is that the text was incorrect. Now, even more of a punch in the face to the free-to-play community is that this mod wouldn't show up if you used a rental Franklin, this was one of the ones that was vital for finishing it. So like if you were free to play and you were renting Franklin, because it felt like the best strategy was Franklin plus somebody else. Most of the people that beat difficulty 10 with some sort of ease and consistency involved Franklin. So people were renting Franklin, but they weren't getting access to this mod. So this addressed that. And I think this is a step in the right direction. Should make the next one easier, more consistent, more fair. And I'm hoping that this number will be much higher. And I'll do this poll again, and hopefully it's 60 or 70% of the people are able to finish the Danger Room. We'll have to see what that number actually is. It's kind of tricky, right? It requires some patience and some RNG for sure. Rental characters will count towards character-specific mods. So I just gave context on that. Added more procedurally generated missions, more diversity of missions, and fewer in-game Thanos and Super Scrolls. Yeah, I saw this. This is a legitimate complaint. Sometimes your run would be going well enough, and then without the right mods, you would just stumble across an in-game Thanos or a Super Scroll, and your run would be over, and that could be very frustrating, especially if you've been running it over and over again, right? Only showing team-specific mod rewards if you have a corresponding character on that run. For example, only show the Fantastic Four mods if you have a Fantastic Four character or friend added to the run, and then Azazel to the list of characters available will be on the run. So that might be interesting to use Azazel inside of an accursed team. So I think that was another strategy a lot of people did with was like Blade, which also had the cursed TAD for this particular run. And that'll be interesting to see if that adds to it. Now, the way that they see Danger Room moving forward is that it's always going to be tied to the latest, greatest team that they just sold us. So whatever, then maybe the next one will have something to do with the Hellfire Club. We will see. But that is the plan, is that whatever team was just offered and has been made available, it's going to be tied around the most recent teams in the game. That is the plan for Danger Room. Then we've got some specifics here tied to Fallen Dimension. As you can see here, it's pretty much wrapped up with Vigilante Skill Global. We've got a quick recap of that on another sheet provided by Big Spartan, which we will go over. Now, this is what I wanted to talk about because this is of high interest. And this is just a reminder. We've had this put out before, but I just wanted to restate this. They did too, so that's why it's in the blog post. If you haven't already, make sure you spend the rest of your Chapter 1 intel. Yeah, Chapter 1 intel is converting into shop credits, and that's not great. Also, yesterday, Franklin was added to not only the Intel store, but the antimatter store. So I've been picking up as many Franklin. Now, the Intel, you need to spend. There's very, very, very few members of the community that are going to be thrilled with the idea of them converting to shop credits. For most players, shop credits does not have a lot of value. Also, retiring, converting more game modes, store currencies on the 13th. Rates are as follow. Alliance credits, converted to shop credits. Okay. Ultra credits, converted to shop credits at a 1.5 to 1 ratio. And then Battle World credits converted to T3 ISO 8 credits at a 10 to 1 ratio. So there was some concern about this because this is where like someone like myself was getting access or pretty good access to Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts are also in the Ultra store. And I've been told that the Ultra Orb or the Ultimus Orb, I don't know, it's called the Ultra Orb, which has, it's kind of like a premium orb. It has like every character in the game. My hope is that, and they've been assured that those will be able to be purchased with shop credits. Right now, converting shop credits into Ultimus Orbs to get like Thunderbolts is really expensive because you have to go through the process of purchasing Blitz credits or raid credits and the Blitz orbs or raid orbs with shop credits. And then when you buy them, they all get converted into Ultimus food, and then you can open the orbs, and it's not very efficient. Hopefully with this new system, depending on what the cost of the Ultimus orb is for getting the Thunderbolts, let's say, hopefully it's a favorable rate where you don't have to spend tens of millions or some astronomical number to get the Thunderbolts. And I'm hoping that this new system will mean that when a team is added to the bumps orbs, or the bumps, which is going to be like basic, Ultima Store, a mega orb, premium orb, supply shop, will mean that for players, veteran players often have tens of millions of shop credits. They'll be able to purchase Ultimus orbs for like 1 million, let's say, like 1 million, which is going to be scarce for new players. I understand that. But for veteran players, we're sitting on tens of millions. And that should mean that like a team like Accursed, I should be relatively easy able to take them to 7 yellow. We'll have to see how that plays out. It's not 100% clear on how that will be. So just like your intel, be sure to spend Alliance credits, Ultra credits, and Battle World credits before the conversion date. And there are the dates on that. Now, I just wanted to go over kind of an abridged version of this that was provided to me by Big Spartan. Twitch drops, 30 minutes, Madeline Pryor, so that's old. 7 red, Madeline Pryor, so that's old. 10K animator, I wish that was 20K. And then 200 L4 training modules, that's great. Fallen Dimensions, we're going to have 2 bases, 2 difficulties. We got the base and a mega. Requires Vigilante and skill for base, but only Vigilante for mega, so it's going to be tied to Vigilante. Hopefully you got your Vigilante up and running. Base nodes 1 through 5 require 5 characters, but node 6 only allows 3. Mega nodes require 5 Vigilante for all nodes. Rewards, Diamond Orbs, Purple ISO Gold, Training Mods, Crimson Gear and Orbs, and bonus Gold in Omega. The Cosmic Raid, which is the event, rewards F4 Diamonds and Armory 20 Orbs, and there's how we're going to do it. Raid with Thunderbolts is going to be the main thing. You can use on the showcase on the boss node Thunderbolts, and you can go in and lose the battle, go in, lose the battle, go in, lose the battle, and it counts. So on the boss node, maybe flush through all of your spotlight raid currency, raid keys or whatever, and maybe not finish it. Let your alliance do that also on the boss. So that way you don't have to drop into a lower difficulty or something like that to use your Thunderbolts more. Broken King Week 2. Daily objectives, spin campaign energy, winley objectives, Fantastic Fours, Act 4, rewritten oaths, Cosmic Crucible, the Mortal X-Men, Fallen Dimension, premium objectives, splits with Rachel Summers at 5+ stars. Well, that's not going to happen. I'm not getting Rachel Summers at 5+ stars. No, thank you. Rewards, gold, premium rewards, F4 diamonds, Wednesday. Alliance, Ultra Battle World credits, converting to shop credits, daily rewards for maintaining login streak, spending campaign energy, reward resources, paths of Zazel orbs, and strike price progress. So they're getting rid of some of the severe penalties for not doing the login, which I think is good. And then here are the tweaks to the new Danger Room, or the next version of the Danger Room, which is on Wednesday, which we talked about at length. And then Rachel will be coming out on Thursday. All right, that'll do it for the day. Bye for now. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. But that's always done. Yeah, I've never had that situation. Bendable. Yeah, I'm not buying any more for it, though. We don't know if quasars, dark diamonds, or not. Unknown. All right, what are the 3 best teams for this? I wonder if I still have it saved. Hello, Reaper. Is it just full astral now? I know they changed it a lot. Do we have numbers on this? Because this is what I was thinking about doing right here. God, I hate these kind of noodles. I did. I am a caveman. Does anybody have any numbers on these, or does it not matter? Should I just do it and get it over with, or should I wait and collect data from the community and make a video about it? Anybody have any meaningful feedback on this, or just let me run it? Does it not matter? All 3 of these. Are these going to be the best 3 teams for Battle World? $340 $347 for Astro. 113 million from Vigilante. These are help. This is helpful. Wait a minute. Fantastic Four Odin did 325. What? And is that Fantastic Four Odin? Is that Torch or is it Thing? Got it. Thank you. Fantastic Four Odin did 325. I hear it. I know, but if I can put up good numbers. All right, the changes to the last version of Null, I'm guessing. I don't know if they're going to re-release it for some other reason, but I'm expecting that they're going to come out with Battle World 2.0. We'll get Sentry. I'm hearing Fantastic Four with Odin does pretty good numbers. Initially, what I'm hearing is that Astral with Doctor Strange versus Mephisto works well. I'm hearing that the Mephisto thing is not working. Doctor Stream, well, let's say I did that wrong. All right, this is going to be the last version of the Null. We'll have to see. I know they're going to be coming out with Battle World 2.0, and that'll be Sentry. But maybe we'll get to use this Null because the rules have been changed. It's 8-minute fights. And before we were using Astral and Mephisto, and that was getting a loop where people get like 2 billion damage. But we're going to just use full Astral, and I'm guessing that it'll do about 300 million. And then newcomers here, Fantastic Four with Odin, I'm hearing that'll do about 300 million, and then we're going to try to get like 100 million with Vigilante. So let's start off with Astral, and because there's an 8-minute timer, I'm just going to put it on auto and see how that works. We just get the numbers as quickly as we can. Let's see. People are telling me that they got, well, as we go through this, if people give me other hypothetical numbers, I will relay them to you. Another enemy is telling me that he got 350 with Astral. Oof. All right. All right. So I'm hearing that this should do about 350. One person told me 347 and another one told me 350 million. So because there's an 8-minute timer, I don't think there's an advantage to do this manually. We're just going to run it on auto, right? Yeah, and then as far as the Fantastic Four with Odin, we're going to use Human Torch, or as some people call the Fire Guy. Yeah, 8 minutes. We're going to do all three, so this is going to be a total of 8 times 3, I guess, 24 minutes. Let's see how it goes. So what I'm hearing is that Astral with Mephisto got 254 damage. Time stops until you take a turn, so I guess you can run it manually. So it's only counting the animation time? That's weird. So you could calculate the animation time to get a better score because it only counts when the animations are running. So how much time you're actually playing is based on the animations? That sounds wild to me. Oh, it's at 8 minutes total? Or 8 minutes each? Next week, there will be an unknown objectives inside the command center to get the 7th red star on Null. They said it would be open to everybody, but they didn't state what the objectives were going to be inside of the command center. Only thing we know about the 7 red on Null is next week, command center. Prowler Town coming through over Twitch Prime for 28 months. Okay. This is very much Raid Shadow Legends gameplay. Holy moly. The difference between that and this is that you can customize your characters and team compositions actually matter. 250? Oof. It's not going to take 24 minutes. All right, so this is not going to take 24 minutes, obviously, so... All right. Is Human Torch World Buildings of the team unknown? There was some changes done to Mr. Fantastic. I don't know if they've been put in game or they fixed it, or I have no idea. But definitely Mr. Fantastic seemed kind of weak, and a lot of people were using Human Torch on offense in Arena instead of Mr. Fantastic. I took him to gear tier 19, but I'm not taking Human Torch to 20 yet, given that I still have to worry about Blastar. Hmm. Okay, let's see what we got. We did 250 with Astral, and then we did 143. Well, people are getting better numbers than I did. All right, well, not so great. Yeah. Hmm. All right. I know, right? Thrilling gameplay. This is some Raid Shadow Legends gameplay, guys. This game mode was inspired by Raid Shadow Legends. Well, in Raid, you actually team synergies matter, and team comps and customization of characters, and trying to figure out. Yeah, this game doesn't lend itself to this, believe it or not. Your damage 495. Let's see if I can see. Oh, okay. So we're getting similar numbers. Na did 50 million more than me. Okay. I'm done. All right. I'm going to wish you all a happy Friday. I will be back on briefly tomorrow to do my Crucible, which I'm looking forward to, actually. I had fun last week playing Crucible, which means I won. Because it's fun when I win. Oh, this is a real player. Is he talking? Is this guy talking?
Hmm. Wondering if I just can throw in the Iron X-Men in 5.
All right. I've never seen him before.
Hello, mobile gamer.
Okay, he's a good player then.
Welcome in. Didn't expect you here.
Well, we're raiding you, my
First
guy.
time streaming, so
Yeah,
welcome.
I'm streaming, but I'm gonna raid you. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Okay. So if I do Accursed Room 1 and Cabal MX Room 2, I have